It's time for Net at Night with Amber MacArthur. Leo Laporte, our special guest this week, Guy Kawasaki. His new book is out, Enchantment, and apparently he finds it enchanting that I swore at Mike Arrington. We'll find out what he's talking about next on Net at Night.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for Net at Night is provided by Winamp for Android, the ultimate media player for your desktop and Android device, featuring wireless sync. Download it free at winamp.com/Android. Video bandwidth for Net at Night is provided by Cashfly at CACHEFLY.com. This is Net at Night with Amber MacArthur and Leo Laporte, episode 192, recorded March 8th, 2011. Guy Kawasaki and Enchantment. Net at Night is brought to you by Squarespace.com, the fast and easy way to publish a high-quality website or blog. For a free 14-day trial, go to squarespace.com/night. And by Hover.com. Hover is domain name registration and management that's simple. For 10% off your new domain, go to night, NIGHT.HOVER.com. It's time for Net at Night from Petaluma, California, US of A. I'm Leo Laporte.
And I'm Amber MacArthur from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Hey, Amber MacArthur, how are you today?
Very good, Leo. It's good to chat with you. I'm glad you're back. You know, it was fun with Sarah, and you've been back for a couple of weeks, but yeah, it's good to see you.
As usual in March, I have to ask you one question.
What's that?
Is it patio weather?
Leo, you know what? I was walking home from lunch today with Chris, my fiance, and I turned to him and I said, you know what? It's almost the year anniversary of our patio furniture. And he was like, what are you talking about? How do you remember that? We had just bought a house about a year ago, and on March 12th, we bought patio furniture, and we put it outside, and we sat outside. It was probably 12 degrees Celsius, and we started sitting outside, you know, when it was warming up a little bit. And I have to say, this has been a terribly cold winter, and there is no patio weather in sight. I'm very, very upset.
No.
I know.
So is your patio furniture under a layer of snow?
More or less. But I am going to Australia in 3.5 weeks, so I can't complain.
It's summer there. Actually, you'll probably hit the fall.
Yeah, it should be beautiful.
Are you guys from Australia? Is that why you're nodding? Oh, we have an Australian in the studio audience today. He's going,
Ooh.
Where in Australia are you from? South Australia. All right. I've been to Tasmania, which is really South Australia. Where are you going, Amber?
I'm going to Sydney and Melbourne.
Now, you're going to have fun. You're going to have fun.
I can't wait.
Yeah. You said fiancé. Is that something new?
No. We've actually been engaged for, I don't know, it's been so long I almost can't remember.
Well, get the guy off the dime, will you? Did he give you a ring at least?
Yeah. We've been engaged for, it's been, I guess, almost 2 years.
But you don't have a date?
No.
You have a date, but you haven't set a date for the wedding.
Yeah, I have a date to things. But
you have somewhere you can go with somebody. Yes.
I'm not totally alone. But I don't know. You know, it's not Chris's fault. To be honest with you, Leo, I don't know. A big wedding is something I just don't. Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
it's a lot of work.
What I always say is, if you've already purchased a house together and had a baby together, it does not. You know, the rest of it doesn't matter. You're as married as you could be.
I know. And things are great. You know, we get along great.
Don't change it.
No, so we could be engaged forever. Who knows?
I think at some point you get married. Maybe that's not true in Canada, but you get married in the States at some point, because otherwise you can't pull the plug. You have to. You can't get in the hospital, things like that. You know, because you're not. I could marry you too. I have done it before.
You want to marry us on TWiT?
I could, actually. Well, wait a minute. I'm legal in the U.S. I don't know if I have standing in Canada.
You could do an online course, Leo.
No, I did. And I'm an official parson.
Have you married anyone before?
Yes, as a matter of fact. I don't think it's stuck.
Well, then I don't think I want you to marry us.
No, but I don't take the blame for that.
That's true, I suppose. But just one couple? No one else asked you ever?
No, many have asked. Few have dared. No, I turn them down now because I don't. My Marianne days are over. But I got the. You can mail it in to the Universal Life Church, and I got the. It's legal in California, and I married them on the Screensavers on our TV show many years ago.
Cool.
Yeah, we had a wedding. Talk about a silly stunt. I mean, we're doing a technology show, and at one point we thought, oh, it'll be a good idea if we have a wedding.
Where did that come from?
Like on a very special blossom. I don't know. It was anyway. We did give them some great technology prizes, and frankly, we never heard from them again. And I'm wondering if it was the prizes they got married for. I don't know. I could be wrong.
That's kind of weird. I don't know. I always think it's strange when people want to get married on TV or during those reality shows.
This is, we were doing, this is 1999 or 2000. This is pre-reality shows. We were an early reality show.
Although I should say, Leo, and I didn't include this in our news headlines, but I did read on actually George Stroumboulopoulos on his Facebook page. He just posted an article about a couple who got married via Skype because I guess the husband or fiance at the time had an accident and he was in the hospital. And they went through with the wedding and they did it on Skype.
Oh, dear. Wow.
I know.
Well, that's nice. I don't know if it's legal, but it's nice. It makes for a strange honeymoon. So
let's move on.
We've got a great. We don't want to waste too much time because we do have a really good guest who we've had on many times before. We really enjoyed. Guy Kawasaki is going to join us.
Yeah, super excited to have him on. He has a new book coming out called Enchantment, which just came out today, Leo, I should add.
Oh, my goodness.
So he's having a very busy day, but of course he wants to come on the show and talk about the book and everything else that he's doing. And I have the book. I've started reading it. And I will say, Leo, I should warn you that you are in the book.
What?
Yes, you are.
How enchanting.
How enchanting.
I like it even more now.
Yes, and I'm not going to tell you what part you're in. I'll let Guy explain it.
Oh, dear. Well, I see on the page, if you go to GuyKawasaki.com, you can see the cover of the book, and he's got quotes from Sir Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group, Steve Wozniak, co-founder of Apple. Kind of goes downhill from there. Robert Scoble, Rackspace video blogger. So he's got some, look, I love Guy, and I can't wait to see what he has to say and find out how I am in this book. That's interesting. Are you in the book too?
No, just you.
Just me.
Although I will say that I had something to do with you getting into the book.
I might have thought as
but I don't know if that's a good thing or not. You'll see, or you'll hear.
You can also go to facebook.com/enchantment, and he's got a photo contest. He's looking for your most enchanting photo. But we'll find out all about that in a second. Before we do that, though, let's get the latest news on the net.
Yeah, so probably one of the biggest headlines that has happened over the past few days is about YouTube acquiring Next New Networks.
Yes, I wanted to talk to you about that. What the heck?
But what?
What the heck?
I know.
Because now this means YouTube bought a content creator, right? Next New Networks, the Gregory brothers do their stuff there too, and other YouTube stars, right?
Yeah, they have other YouTube stars. There's some partners, and they produce some original programming as well. And they've been successful with a lot of their shows online. I didn't really, it kind of surprised me a little bit, to be honest with you. Not because Next New Networks isn't worthy. Like I said, they produce some really great content. But it just seemed strange from my opinion, for YouTube to get involved in the game of acquiring a content maker like this.
Yeah. Apparently they paid something around $50 million.
They paid less than $50 million. That's the only confirmation that I could see.
It's probably that means it's also less than $100 million, and it's less than $1 billion.
Yeah, I know. So I'm guessing, it was quite a big chunk of change. We know that Google obviously has lots of money, so that probably wasn't an issue. And in the article that I sent you, as far as the link for the story, they talk a little bit about why YouTube wants to improve original programming because they're forced to start competing with web video services out there like the Hulus, iTunes, and Netflix of the world. Nonetheless, again, a little bit surprised, but congratulations to Next New Networks, of course.
No kidding. In fact, if you go to nextnewnetworks.com, you get to youtube.com/nextnew, and this talks all about it. Very interesting that YouTube is getting into the content business, because I could see YouTube getting in business in bed with content creators, but doing it themselves, that's kind of a surprise.
It definitely is a surprise.
Yeah.
But, hopefully they'll just keep producing some great content under under YouTube and not change too much. Because I think they also did Obama Girl. Do you remember those videos?
Yeah, and they have Hot for Words, which is very successful. I mean, they produce some very big shows, and I guess that's, there's certainly some value, and all of their shows are on YouTube. I mean, they are, the whole part of Next New Networks is they're a YouTube partner, right?
Yeah, that's a big thing for them, is just making sure that they are able to get a lot of traction on YouTube.
Wow. 60 independent producers. Programming that has been viewed over 2 billion times, 6 million subscribers. In some ways, I guess they've been part of YouTube for a long time.
Yeah, indirectly.
Yeah. Did you see that Facebook is going to start renting movies?
I know.
What the heck?
I know. It's kind of funny because when I was searching through headlines, there has been lots of news over the past few days that I found interesting, but some of it more surprising. This would fall into that category as well. So soon, at least in the U.S., you'll be able to rent movies on Facebook for about $3. At least that's the price. That's one of their first movies, The Dark Knight, is going for.
But I guess you'll have to watch it on Facebook. I mean, you can't watch it on your TV.
Yeah, so I guess within the actual Facebook experience, you'll be able to watch the movie right there. I don't know how exactly that's going to work. You're going to have about 48 hours to watch the movie. And it's funny, when I was reading the article, it says you'll have an opportunity to play and pause. Like, those are new things that you couldn't do before with movies when you watch them online.
Now, you're gonna actually go to the movie you want to rent's Facebook page. So if you want to rent The Dark Knight, which is the first one, you'd actually do it from the Facebook Dark Knight page. I guess in a way this is good for Facebook because more movies maybe will use Facebook for their promotional pages.
So. And more people living inside of Facebook and going there to access content.
Well, it's good for Facebook.
It's good for Facebook because if you think about it, like, to be honest with you, if I compare how much time I spend in Facebook versus how much time I spend in iTunes, I mean, Facebook wins hands down. I'm always within that environment, or I have a tab open within my browser. I can't say the same for keeping iTunes always open and running in the background. So they might do okay with this.
It's good for them.
Yeah,
you said $3 or 30 Facebook credits. What is it? How do you get? How do you get a Facebook credit? I don't have any. I have no credit on Facebook.
You have no credit?
No credit.
I have no credit on Facebook either, Leo, so don't feel badly. I'm not really sure what Facebook credits are all about. I'm guessing you can just buy credits and have them sort of in your Facebook bank account. I haven't really heard a lot about this before. And like I said, because this is only being released, at least to start in the U.S., I suspect that in other places in the world, it will take some time to be able to watch these movies.
Yeah. It's interesting, though. And if I were Netflix, actually, Netflix stock price went down when this news came out. If I were Netflix, I might be a little bit worried about this.
Especially with the younger generation, If I think about especially teenagers, and I just know so many teenagers who live and breathe Facebook all the time. If they know they can then watch movies within Facebook, they may not want to go anywhere else at all.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
It's kind of intriguing. It's the Facebookification of the internet, though.
Yeah, it truly is.
They really are taking over. TechCrunch has been playing with these Facebook comments instead of its regular comments for a week now. And I'm very tempted to do it because, of course, now the disadvantage is you can't leave a comment unless you have a Facebook account. So it's great for Facebook. It just makes more and more people have to join Facebook to participate in the net. That's why I don't like the idea. But the other hand, you get, and TechCrunch says this, while you get fewer comments, you get no trolls because everybody's there as themselves.
They've got to log in.
There's no anonymity.
Leo, I'll be honest with you. When I go to a site and I can log in with Facebook, I tend to comment on the site, and I just don't want to use anything else. It's just the ease of use. So I'm actually a big fan of that. But I know it does exclude some people, but like you said, it allows people to actually use their real names. And I know I write a column for the Globe and Mail, and we have lots of trolls who post anonymous comments, and sometimes it's a little overwhelming. So I think in some ways, as a content creator, I would almost welcome the opportunity that people actually had to attach their faces to their comments.
Yeah. On the other hand, it does eliminate you're not going to have anonymous comments. I mean, that's not always bad, right? I mean, sometimes people might want to say something and not let you know who they are.
Yeah, but you know what? I agree with you. But the more I see some of the comments that come across, the more I think that usually they are really negative. They are anonymous. So I can almost say for the most part that most of the comments that I see, at least on stuff that I write, is there'll always be that one person who's kind of really on the attack and always uses a phony handle or, writes as an anonymous person. And I don't see a lot of anonymous comments that are like, wow, that's really thought provoking.
Boy, it's so easy to put this to. I mean, if you go to developers.facebook.com, they have just a whole plugin. It generates the code for you, and you just paste it right in there.
So, Leo, how is this different than Facebook Connect? Because they've had that for a while, right?
So Connect will still use a commenting system. So Discuss, for instance, I use JSKit Echo, and many blog programs will allow you to use Facebook Connect to log in, but then you use the site's commenting system, whatever that is. This is, not only do you log in with Facebook, but you are using the commenting system provided by Facebook. And there is an advantage to the site because then a comment gets posted back onto the user's Facebook wall.
So within my newsfeed, right?
Yes. So if you could turn that off, it's not automatic, but it does certainly helps promote a site. It eliminates trolls. It eliminates comment spam. For the most part, and I think it's very intriguing. TechCrunch seems to like it, and I noticed they've left it. They haven't stopped. So,
yeah, I think there's a newspaper in San Francisco who's using it as well.
I'm tempted to use it.
I've seen quite a few cases where people are using it and seem to be liking it so far. Yeah, you should try it, Leo. You always test everything. You have to try this.
It's tempting. We turned comments off on TWiT.tv. I have comments on my blog and everywhere else. We even have a Get Satisfaction site. So it's not that we don't want commenting, but what was happening is a lot of trolls were putting nasty comments about the shows right underneath the show, and I was afraid that was going to scare people off. So I just turned comments off on the show listing pages.
Okay.
But now I'm thinking maybe this is a way to turn them back on because I love having comments.
Yeah, and there's something nice too with the whole Facebook experience. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are listening to the show and maybe don't like Facebook, but at least when I see Facebook comments and there's always a profile picture attached to the comment, it's a very clean kind of experience for people, and it just feels more like a community, I think.
Yeah.
Than generally how comments have been done in the past.
So these comments are at the bottom of the TechCrunch. Ironically, it's a TechCrunch article about Mark Zuckerberg action figure.
Oh, I thought it was about him getting his puppy on Facebook.
Oh, that's another one. His puppy has a page. But these, come on. I guess why not? But no, these comments at the bottom look like they're seamless. They're right in the TechCrunch, but that's coming from Facebook. In fact, you can tell because you see the Facebook like, you see the reply, and if it's a reply, I'm posting as me, my Facebook personality. Right on there.
I wonder if they're getting more comments.
They said the comments have gone down slightly, but the quality of the comments have gone up. And of course, if you eliminate the trolls, there's a lot of trolling on. Imagine, I think Scoble said this. What if YouTube started using Facebook comments? It would transform YouTube, wouldn't it?
That's the thing, Leo, honestly. And, we talk about next new networks and how popular they've been on YouTube. But I know from my own experience on YouTube, it's the one community online that I just feel as though it's just infested with trolls.
Right. Well,
and if there was an option to do Facebook comments, that would be pretty interesting.
It's Mark Zuckerberg's world. We just live in it.
This action figure.
I might have to get the action figure. It's cute. He holds the like button, and he's wearing those rubber Adidas shower sandals that he's famous for.
Of course, he is.
This is the same company that did the Steve Jobs action figure.
Okay.
So I wonder how long this will last. He is a public figure, but they are using Facebook trademarks. So
yeah, that's true.
Facemark trade books. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Facebook now, Leo.
So Craigslist founder has something up his sleeve.
So he has launched a site called Craig Connects. So he's obviously been very successful with Craigslist, although the site has not changed in many, many years. But that obviously hasn't been a detriment to traffic.
Not at all.
So he has launched Craig Connects. And the funny thing about this, if you read the article that was on TechCrunch, the truth is it's hard to explain exactly what the site's going to do. The idea is that it's going to promote good in the world. So a place where people can try to make a difference. And I don't know if it's contributing content. So it's a little bit vague, but obviously you can tell just from the language that he is using in the About page on Craig Connects. It's really important for him to actually do something meaningful in his life, outside of the classified world. And this is the place where he plans to do it. So it should be fun to watch his adventure in this space and see what his plans are.
I've interviewed Craig many times, and he's not, he's just a normal guy. He's not the most scintillating character I've ever met. But I have to admire what he's done and kind of how successful Craigslist has been. And I love it that he's going to take some of that money he's made. I guess he's made quite a bit now. And put the money towards good causes.
And how many times did he refuse to sell Craigslist? I mean, you don't even know. There's just too many, right? And he's always kind of protected the sort of integrity of the site as far as it being just an easy place to get classified ads. It hasn't evolved. It's not like Facebook where there's a new feature every single week. It's just pretty plain and simple, and that has worked. So
the areas of support: community building, journalism integrity, Middle East, open and accountable government, service and volunteering, technology for social good, and veterans issues. I like that. I mean, this is a nice choice. And then he's put some people that are working on it, and I guess you could support them somehow. I'm not sure if he's collecting money or...
From what I can tell, he even has a note at the bottom of the page that says that he's willing to support some causes that come his way as far as donating money. And he's also considering, asking others to support causes that come his way. But that's not generally speaking what the site is for. It seems as though he just wants to kind of leverage the power of the internet to kind of bring people together and do something good, which I think is a noble cause, especially when we see how amazing the internet has been in situations, when we talk about the Middle East and, the uprisings in Egypt, for example. There's a real opportunity to kind of bring communities together and do some great stuff.
Well, let's take a break, and when we come back, we have some celebrity sightings, some unusual celebrity sightings, or non-sightings, as the case might be. I'd love to know what you thought of the Charlie Sheen video on Ustream the other night. And our guest, who will be on in just a moment, we're going to talk to Guy Kawasaki about his new book, Enchantment. I'm very excited about that. But before we do that, let me talk about our friends at Squarespace. We love Squarespace. It's a great place to go to make your brand new site. It's so easy. You just go to squarespace.com/night. See that big green button there on the right? Try it for free. Click that. You don't even need a credit card. You just give it the site name, password, email address. So if you forget the password, you can get it back. And a little CAPTCHA here. It's the easiest CAPTCHA I've ever seen. I don't know if this defeats anybody, but anyway, it's really simple. And in seconds, you've got a site. With all the features of Squarespace, the only thing is it's time limited. You get it for 2 weeks. No credit card, nothing. And so now you can play with it. I mean, you could take a look at the incredible templates, the widgets for all the social media that make it so easy to add social media to your site. Look at this Flickr widget. You just, with sliders, and you choose the style. And of course, if you know CSS, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. But I like it that they make it very accessible for somebody who's not a web designer. And yet, look at the Squarespace example sites. You'll see that every site, whether it's a school, a business, a photographer or an artist, somebody just writing a blog, or a nonprofit, they're all unique and beautiful. There's our site based on Squarespace. Inside.twit.tv. It's our blog. There's the story about us going to South by Southwest. That's going to be fun. I wish you were going, Amber.
I know. I will get there eventually, Leo. I am there on Thursday if anyone wants to stay. I know.
That's so weird. It's so weird. Stick around for Amber. She'll be there later in the week. Squarespace is still holding a big party, by the way, at South by Southwest. I'm sure.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm going to be there, of course. Squarespace.com/night. I want you to try it out. It's software plus hosting. So you get everything you need. And, of course, you can have a custom site name direct to your Squarespace site, or not if you don't want to go through that trouble. It just couldn't be easier. Squarespace.com/night. We thank them so much for their support of Net at Night, and we hope you'll try it. Support our sponsors. It's a way of supporting us.
Leo, you know what? I think I'm going to start using Squarespace. I'm having that feeling.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm having that feeling, you know, that feeling as a tech geek where you want to sort of get in there and start messing with stuff and building something.
Yeah.
So I've been using WordPress for a while, and I find it just not as flexible, at least for me to kind of manage it. So I need a change, Leo.
Well, you've been on every platform there, as have I.
Yes.
There is. So, you know, we have that experience. Well, good. Try it. It's free to try, and let us know what you think about it.
I will.
It's certainly easy to play with. Squarespace.com/night. I think Guy Kawasaki is about to join us.
Fantastic.
He's playing with his system.
He's in Toronto, so he's on a Canadian internet. So I apologize.
Oh, there's the problem.
For this country. Sorry, Guy.
Hey, Guy, congratulations. The new book is out.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's really exciting. Look at that. There's a beautiful enchanted butterfly. That's the butterfly on the cover of Enchanted, the new book.
That's right. Did you get a copy from me?
Not yet, but I'm sure I will.
Well, I was going to send it to either you or Mike Arrington. I couldn't decide.
No, that son of a... No, that's
Guy, I haven't told Leo the story about him being featured in the book. I thought I would leave that to you.
Oh, no. You didn't use the Arrington story, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. And how? In what way is that enchantment, Guy?
Well, it shows that the rare and proper use of profanity is an enchanting thing.
This is true, Leo. It's in the book.
It's in the book. It's in the book.
Yeah, because I'm not known for using profanity, but sometimes it's just called for.
That's why it worked.
That's pretty funny.
So Amber's not in a black top tonight. Well, what happened, Amber?
Yeah, well, you're the only one, Amber. You didn't get the memo that.
I didn't get the memo. I know every time I see Guy, I am always in a black shirt, whether I'm on stage or at dinner. I'm always wearing black.
Oh,
No,
that's funny.
You know what, Guy? When I'm in my basement, I mix things up a little.
It's the same black one every time.
I know. It's true. This is all very true. Very true. It's not enchanting, is it?
No, it is enchanting. It shows that, you're not a clothes whore. And, you have better things to worry about.
Isn't it neat, though? I mean, here's this beautiful, gorgeous woman who just is gorgeous naturally and doesn't need to spend a lot of time and energy dressing up on clothes and all that stuff.
Maybe I'll change when I get older. I'll be like, we'll see.
So, Guy, let me ask you, what is enchantment? What do you mean by enchantment?
I mean a process where you develop a delightful relationship. You don't just sell or woo or persuade people. And the world's greatest example, of course, is Apple, where Apple doesn't just sell you a laptop like other computer manufacturers. Apple enchants you, and you buy a MacBook, and then you buy an iPhone, and then an iPad, and then an iPod, and then iTunes and iBooks. And next thing you know, you're waiting in 0-degree weather in Toronto in front of the Apple store so that you can get the first iPad 2. I mean, that's enchantment.
Yeah, that's a good example. But then there's other. I mean, I could think of celebrities who enchant.
Yeah. Like who enchants
not just products. Well, I think that Johnny Carson enchanted people. There are celebrities who Steve Martin. I'll give you something a little closer to home because Steve's going to be on my radio show next week.
Oh, yeah?
Great guy. And everybody loves him. He's enchanting, isn't he?
How about Queen Latifah? I think she's very enchanting.
She's enchanting.
Yeah.
So there's something about that.
Justin Bieber.
To 14-year-old girls, he's enchanting.
Wouldn't you like to own a segment like Justin Bieber owns 14-year-old girls?
Well, that's a good point. He is enchanted that age. It's funny because I drove carpool for my son's in high school, and I had a bunch of sophomore girls, so they're 16 in the car, and they said, "Can we plug our iPods into your sound system?" I said yes, and I was stunned that they played Justin Bieber. I thought, really? I thought 16 would be too old for that, but no, he continues to enchant them, doesn't he?
You're going to find this amazing, but the movie Never Say Never, every marketing person should see that movie. And
I don't remember it. What was it about?
Well, I call it a docu-marketing. It's a movie about Justin Bieber, and it is really interesting, the lessons about marketing you can learn from that movie.
I think that's on HBO. They've been
no, it's in the theater. Leo,
it's in the theaters now.
Oh my God!
Okay. So this is like the Justin Bieber movie.
Yeah, in 3D too, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Sound of Music is out of the theaters now, Leo.
Sound of Music now. There's enchantment. There's
you might have been just
Enchantment.
as shocked as I was when I talked to a guy last night and he said that the Justin Bieber movie is really good. But I've heard the same thing. Surprisingly enough, it is Enchanting.
And by the way, a free soda when you buy popcorn this weekend at the Justin Bieber movie. Is now, Guy, you were the first Apple evangelist. You certainly are an expert. Second, after Steve.
No, Mike Boyce was the first one.
Oh, Mike Boyce, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Before Mike Boyce, there was Jesus.
You're third then.
Yeah, that's the rough order.
Actually, I think Jesus had his own evangelist, didn't he?
That's true. That's true.
Is it marketing? Is Enchantment about marketing, or is it something else?
If it is marketing, it's the purest form of marketing, because the goal of enchantment is a long-lasting relationship that's mutually beneficial. Short-term enchantment is sort of an oxymoron, and when you buy into Apple or you buy into Zappos, you buy into Virgin America, it's more than one shoe or one laptop or one flight. You really buy into their total totality.
Right. So it's marketing, but it's to the next level, and it has to have some. Would you say it has to have some authenticity and integrity in it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think the three pillars of enchantment are, first of all, likability, where you don't get enchanted by people you can't stand.
Right.
You have to be trustworthy, because you can like somebody but not trust them. This is very true of celebrities, for example. And the final thing is, you have to have a great product or service. So if you have those three things, you will be enchanting.
I like that. So likable, trustworthy, and a great product or service. I like that.
So, Guy, what are some tips for people who want to be enchanting if they don't have all of those qualities already? Is it possible to just from scratch kind of create something enchanting?
Yes, you should look at enchanting as you look at fitness. So most people are not born fit or fat, right? You're on a curve, and you can move on that curve depending on your nutrition, depending on your exercise. Not everybody is Lance Armstrong out the gate, and I think enchantment is the same way. So there are definitely ways to increase your likability. Perfecting your smile and your handshake, dressing appropriately. There's ways to become more trustworthy by thinking of life as not a zero-sum game, as defaulting to a yes and helpful attitude, as trusting people before they trust you. And if you do those things, you'll be well on your way to becoming an enchanting person.
I like this. This is very cool.
Is there a difference between being enchanting and being sort of passionate about something?
Well, I mean, Muammar Gaddafi is passionate about running Libya.
He's not exactly enchanting.
Good point. That's a good example.
No, I would say that all enchanting people are passionate, but all passionate people are not enchanting.
That's good. That's good. You've got to have passion to start with.
Yes.
But it's not enough in and of itself.
No.
So, Guy, this is your 10th book, correct?
Yes. Wow. You think I'd get it right by now.
You just keep doing it till you get it right, Guy.
Yeah.
So it's the first day that it's gone on sale. What has been the feedback like from people? I know probably some bloggers got early copies like myself, but what are people saying so far?
So far, I think there's about 37 reviews on Amazon, and 35 are 5 stars and 2 are 4 stars. So I'm going to work on those 2 4-star people to up their stars. And the last time I checked, it was about number 20 on Amazon, which is pretty good for a business book. So I don't know if it'll stick, so to speak, but it's been a good day so far. And then now it's on the Leo Laporte show. So geez,
that's it. You're golden now.
You've hit the pinnacle.
Yeah, we're calling up lumberjacks to cut down more trees so we can more books.
I am flattered that you would join us on your launch day. I mean, this is usually you reserve this day is the most important day for the big guns. So thank you for being with us. We really appreciate it.
You are the big gun.
Oh, you're kind. If you go to facebook.com/enchantment, you've got a contest on. I already liked the page, so like it.
Can you tweet out to all your followers that you should check out the book?
I shall.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Guy, it's
And I don't care what Mike Arrington says about you. I like you.
I think it's interesting that you use that as an example of the judicious use of profanity. It's true. If you swear all the time, then when it loses its power.
That's right.
But if you don't swear a lot, when you do, people go, "Whoa!"
Hey, and you know, Leo, before I forget, that was me at CES saying hello to you. You realize that, right?
That was you where?
At CES. You were at CES, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I said hello to you, and you looked at me like, who's this random Asian guy saying hello to me? So that was me. That wasn't Jackie Chan.
I'm sorry, Guy, if I didn't appear to recognize you. I think I know who you are. Well, that's.
Well, you know, we all look alike at some levels.
I'm so sorry. I was probably distracted by something going on. It was.
Well, I think you were on air. You were. You know,
oh well, no wonder. Come on.
Air. Yeah.
Next time, just bully your way up to the microphone and say, "Hey," and we'll get you on the show because I love talking to you.
Well, I don't like to. It's not enchanting when you beat your way around. You know, that's like not my.
I know, and you're too humble. I give you permission to do that, Guy. you could do that with me anyway, because we love you. Unfortunately, we don't have a great Skype connection to you in Toronto right now, but at least we're able to talk to you and tell everybody to visit the site, GuyKawasaki.com, and then the Facebook page if you're on Facebook. Everything's Facebook nowadays. Is Facebook enchanting?
In the hands of the right people, it can be. I think a Facebook fan page can be very enchanting.
It certainly it can engage and can start conversation.
Yeah.
It's.
I made a decision whether to make a website for the book or to put most of my effort behind Facebook fan page, and I picked the Facebook fan page. There's so many advantages.
Really?
Yeah, because all the commenting and sharing and liking and uploading a video and photos and if I think somebody told me that TechCrunch went from a random anonymous login to Facebook login.
They did,
and it cut the bullshit comments down like 50%. So it went from infinite to half of infinite, so I really think Facebook has a controlling effect. It's a cleansing effect because most people on Facebook are who they say they are, whereas if you can comment Lonelyboy15, you can just say anything you want. Right. So, yeah.
I agree with you, and in fact we were just talking before you joined us about this Facebook comment thing, but. On the other hand, I just hate to see Facebook take over the internet.
Yeah, but we were saying that about Microsoft and MySpace.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
If you don't like this megalomaniac, there'll be another one coming along soon.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's very true.
Guy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Guy. Have a good flight to Las Vegas tonight and with your very exciting event tomorrow. Good luck with that.
You should tell Leo about that. That's another great Guy Kawasaki story. I'll let you know.
I'll let her tell me about it, but will you be at South by Southwest?
Yes, I will be. Will you?
Yeah, you come by, if you get a chance, come by Momo's. We'd love to see you, and I promise not to shine you on. We'll be there Sunday. Sunday from 1 until about 8 or 9 p.m. at Momo's in Austin on the 13th. We're going to broadcast live. If you come between 1 and 4, you can be on the radio show. If you come between 5 and 7,
that's when my panel is.
Then be on TWiT afterwards. If you can. If not, it's okay. That's the problem with South by Southwest. It's just nonstop parties.
Okay. Just look for the guy, the Asian guy who's carrying a book. That'll be me.
It'll be Tony Shea in the Zappos van. That's who it'll be. He drove around last year with his book and his bus.
Yeah, my hair's longer. Okay.
By the way, don't forget alltop.com. That's Guy's other site. A great place to go to find out what the big stories are in almost every category. It's kind of a magazine, a newsstand for the internet. A really great way to find stuff that you want to read that will interest you.
Leo, you're the man, Leo.
Thank you, Guy.
Thanks,
Take care.
Guy.
Bye.
Have a good flight.
Amber. We'll have some more steak next time.
All right, sounds good.
But you got to wear your black top.
Of course. I will, don't worry. It's a fan favorite.
Black top. Bye.
Thanks, guys. See you later. Great to talk to you. Guy Kawasaki. I tell you, we get bit by Rogers or whoever the Canadian internet is every single time. I mean, the sound was fine. It's just, you'd see, for those of you watching videos, like one frame every 5 seconds, a guy.
I should just mention before I forget.
So, what was he talking about?
Yeah, he's speaking to a group tomorrow in Vegas who run crematoriums.
That'll be, I'm sure they're burning
About
to hear from
Enchantment,
you.
Leo.
Yeah.
I told him he has to post that speech because I don't know how he's going to swing that one. How do you swing that? He's like, I can do it. I'm like, yeah, okay, but I really need to see that.
Guy can speak to anybody.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that's great about Guy.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
I know he'll be a hit, I'm sure.
One of my favorite people. Really fun. All right, we got a couple, speaking of celebrities, we got a couple of celebrity sightings for you next.
Sure do.
Actually,
so first,
before you do,
yeah.
would you mind if I mention Hover?
No, of course not. I love Hover.
Speaking of great Canadian companies, Hover, I almost don't want to say a Canadian company because people probably think, oh, well, that means I can't register .com domains in the U.S. No, not at all. Hover is an ICANN registered registrar. They can register your domain at a great price and without a lot of the, to use Guy's phrase, BS, that these other guys are prone to. I want you to go to night.hover.com and do go, please, if you would, use NIGHT because that way we get credit, not that other show, that TWiT show, for for your visit to hover.com. And I want all of our show hosts to get credit for whatever they generate. What do you get? Well, Hover is domain name registration made simple. It's easy to register a domain. There's lots of registrars out there. But how many are so simple, so clean, so straightforward? How many provide free WHOIS privacy as part of the price? How many make it so easy to transfer? You transfer your domain to Hover if you've already got one. It's only cost $10, and they will extend your domain for 1 year after its expiration date. So it's like another year for $10. They will do all the domain transfers for you, too. This is a mistake I made. I'm doing it by hand, and I keep getting shut down. But if I had just given them $25 for one domain or 1,000, you can just transfer it right over. And one of the things I love about Hover is when you call and talk to a Hover representative during business hours, it's Monday through Friday, 9 to 8 p.m. Eastern, no holds time. And I defy you to call the other guys because you will get put on hold. Just inevitably. If you're ready to register your domain name, if you've got some domain names you'd like to make it easier to maintain, they've got a great management dashboard, everything you need, without all the upsells, without all the extra stuff. They do domain forwarding, email, and that's pretty much it. It's a division of Two Cows. They've been around a long time. In fact, they used to be, you probably know the name Domains Direct. That was their original name, but I like Hover better. Go to night.hover.com, and you'll save, by the way, an additional... let me see, 10% off your no domain name if you use Night during checkout. NIGHT. Night.hover.com. So I was in the airport in Argentina, delayed for quite some time, a couple of weeks ago. I wish Cyndi Lauper had sung to me.
I know. This is pretty amazing. Actually, before we have the video, though, Leo, can I mention just the sight of the night?
Oh, yeah. You want to do that first?
Yeah. And then
we'll play the video because that'll be our video of the week.
Yeah, exactly.
And the sight of the night is actually also a celebrity sighting or unsighting, as the case may be.
It sure is. So unless you were living under a rock, you probably saw that Charlie Sheen is creating a new career for himself online. He broke a record on Twitter for the most followers within a 24-hour period, more than 1 million. He also went on Ustream and did some video there, and the list of things he's doing goes on and on. If you're sick of hearing about Charlie Sheen and finding him within your web browser, there is now a Charlie Sheen browser blocker. And this works on Firefox and Chrome, and it's free to use. And so anytime you go to a website where Charlie Sheen is mentioned, you won't have to worry about seeing his name or face.
Oh, that is hysterical. Wait a minute, I've got to try this. So if I go to, okay, I'm going to install it on my Chrome browser right now. And so if I go to, say, the Wikipedia entry for Charlie Sheen, it's going to, what is it going to, let's see, Charlie
should block out the text, but we'll see.
That's pretty funny. Here's Wikipedia entry for Charlie Sheen. Let's see what the Charlie Sheen... Oh, maybe I have to turn it on. Let me see if I
Turn
can
on the Sheen blocker, Leo.
Look at that. It's already put stars where his name would be, and it's blocked. It's blacked out his name. His picture is blacked out. Where have you been all my life, Charlie Sheen blocker? Wow. Wow. That is hysterical.
You know you've hit it big online when someone creates something like this, Leo.
You know, we didn't mention the fact that he's the fastest. He got almost 2 million Twitter followers in 48 hours.
I know, it's crazy. He's been exploding on the web. And you know, Leo, I have to say, I wrote an article about his sort of Twitter rise to fame, and you know, he's posted and still does some really funny stuff on his Twitter account, taking a lot of pictures as well, and just it's a hilarity all around. I know there's a lot of people who are sick of hearing about him, and I am too. But I will say that he does a lot of things right when it comes to engaging fans.
I don't know if he's enchanting, but he certainly got people's attention.
He's something, Leo. I don't know what he is. He's in a class of his own. Guy Kawasaki will have to write an entire new book just based on whatever Charlie Sheen is, because it's something.
Now, do you? Wow.
Now he's blocked everywhere. Now
he's blocked on Twitter. This is fantastic. I'm leaving this everywhere. This is fantastic.
He's got tiger blood, Leo. He's winning the race.
He got so much attention, but I don't have to think that the people who gave him all that attention were not necessarily fans. They were watching a car wreck. They were hoping he would self-destruct. He got almost 120,000 followers on his Ustream. Did you watch that Ustream feed last week?
I did. I watched just a clip of the
just weird.
It's nuts. I mean, and the funny thing is, I always laugh with his, especially on Twitter, with his use of hashtags and how he goes on these tangents about he's got tiger blood, and he goes, he's on a rocket ship to the moon. Like, you can't write this stuff. I mean, it doesn't. There's an entire website. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's dedicated to Charlie Sheen quotes. Vanity Fair also did a little thing. I'm not sure exactly where it was. Probably on their site where. You tried to guess who said what, and it was a race between Gaddafi and Sheen, and you couldn't really figure out who had said what quote. I mean, there's been so many funny little sort of internet memes online.
He says that his Ustream feed has attracted 100 million views in 2 nights, a Guinness record, and he's doing one last one tonight.
Ooh.
7 o'clock Pacific on Ustream, ustream.tv/Charlie Sheen. I don't know why I'm plugging it.
I know, but that's, Leo, I just have to say one thing, because I kind of think there's a little bit of me. I mean, I don't claim to know what he's thinking at all, but I have to guess that for a celebrity who's been so controlled, I mean, he hasn't obviously been controlled, he's been kind of wild, but he's had a publicist and people around him telling him what to do.
He's kind of enjoying not being controlled, huh?
He discovers the internet, and there's no rules. There's no one telling him what he can do, what he can say, trying to mold him, trying to, keep the Sheenisms down. He can just be, it's like a free-for-all. He must kind of enjoy that, like that connection, that, that
I'm sure he's enjoying the attention.
Oh, yeah.
Is it, we talked about this on one of our shows, maybe on TWiT, is it codependent of us to promote this, to watch this? I mean, isn't it kind of supporting some guy who's might be having some kind of serious meltdown? I don't know. I don't know either. Episode 3, Torpedoes of Truth, Part 2 was on. He lives in his own vocabulary, doesn't he?
He's pretty funny.
And now, tonight, the last...
Hello?
He's actually...
Charles. Hold on, let me turn the volume.
He's actually making a phone call and smoking a cigarette.
He's always smoking.
And his hair. Look at his hair. He looks like Lyle Lovett.
A mad scientist.
He's crazy Ustream stuff. Winning TV, baby. All right, but that is not our video of the week, is it, Amber MacArthur?
No, it's not. Our video of the week is of another star, not quite a train wreck, Cyndi Lauper.
I love her. No, I love her too. She's great, and this is a good thing she did.
It's a really cool thing that she did. She was in an airport, and there were a bunch of passengers who were stranded, and she took to the mic in the airport, and she started singing for all of her fans and got them to sing along with her. And it's just a really fun, kind of authentic moment that she's having with people around her.
Isn't that just hysterical? I just love her. And I have been, by the way, stuck in the Buenos Aires airport, so I wish she'd been there.
That would have been awesome.
So I presume somebody videotaped.
Yeah, they videotaped it. Someone nearby, of course, and shot a little
You can't do anything these days without being on a cell phone somewhere.
Yeah, that's a scary thing.
I mean, it's just amazing. Nothing you do is private anymore.
I'm even scared because I always take my cell phone into the bathroom when I'm at a restaurant, and I'm always scared, like, one day the camera is just going to go on or something.
Yeah,
my own.
Yeah, I was talking. Thank you for tweeting or retweeting this. But I was talking to teenagers about their online presence and why they need to make one. And one of the things I said is, well, you may say, oh, good, I search for Google and I don't show up. But all it takes is one person to do a video of you puking in the bathroom and put it on their YouTube. And then that's what's going to show up. So you actually have to be kind of proactive and create a website, participate out there just in case. Because you can't stop people from pulling out a camera and showing, well, here she is, Cyndi Lauper in Buenos Aires, performing one of her great hits in one of the least likely venues of all time. Amber, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Leo.
Amber MacArthur is the author of a great book, which I forgot to plug last week, so let me plug it this week.
Thank you.
Keep it right here, right by my side at all times. It's called Power Friending, and it is how you use the social media to grow your business. There's Amber right on the front. So you can find that everywhere, Amazon and everywhere. And also, of course, she hosts her great podcast, CommandN.tv, every week at CommandN.tv, and is on TV in Canada on CP24 with a show you might know as Web Nation. And if you're ever in the airport with her in Buenos Aires, make sure you get her to sing. Amber just wants to have fun. Good night, Amber.
Thanks, Leo.
See you next time on Net at Night. That is so cute. And you know what? No auto-tune there, baby. She can sing. That is awesome. I do have to say that it does seem like a party's always ready to break out in Buenos Aires.